With goal! 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 With goal!
Brian berjaya memakai kereta dengan cantik sekali dengan menggunakan teknik reverse parking. Oh, nampaknya ada masalah. Nampaknya Brian terperangkap di sudut. Sekejap, Brian telah membuka Boost app. Biar betul, tak pernah saya melihat kepantasan seperti ini. Tapi masa dah semakin suntuk. Oh, syukurlah dia berjaya. Inilah keajaiban pada detik terakhir. Sertai aksi bola sepak dengan cara yang betul. Boost style.
Minyak hilang tapi bukan bintik hitam. Baru Garnier Men 3 dalam 1. Membersih, scrub, masker. Bersihkan minyak, kurangkan bintik hitam. Cuba sekarang.
Feet to qualify for the knockout stages of the competition. 3 other Piala Malaysia fixtures are taking place tonight. You've got Penang hosting Pahang in the other Group C encounter, while in Group D you've got 2 absolute crunchers. Felda plays Selangor in Jangka, PDRM face Malacca at the Hang Jebat Stadium. Winner takes all. This is the current Group C standing. As pointed out, Pahang have qualified for the knockout stages. They've got 12 points from 5 games. Perak and Pulau Pinang are the 2 sides competing, vying for a spot to play in the quarterfinals. But Perak obviously have an advantage. They're 3 points ahead of their Penang counterparts. They've also got a far more superior goal difference record. Sabah's Piala Malaysia campaign is over. It's done and dusted. But tonight's fixture is their final game of the season. Their recent performances have been rather disappointing, to say the least, but there's definitely plenty to be proud of their performance as a whole throughout 2019, and plenty to look forward to next year in the Liga Super Malaysia. Let's hear what their head coach Julius Ateng had to say ahead of tonight's game in Likas.
Coach, minggu lepas berjaya bangkit mendapatkan kemenangan pertama di Piala Malaysia. Apakah faktor sebalik kebangkitan?
Okey, pertama kita bersyukur sebab kita memenangi perlawanan yang pertama dalam Malaysia Cup, kejohanan Malaysia Cup tahun ini. Walaupun dalam beberapa perlawanan yang lalu kita kalah dalam 4 perlawanan dan akhirnya kita memenangi perlawanan yang kedua terakhir di sini. Jadi memang kita mengharapkan sebenarnya kemenangan dalam beberapa perlawanan yang lalu. Walaupun kita bermain baik, tapi kita gagal memenangi perlawanan. Jadi akhirnya kita memenangi perlawanan dalam pertemuan bersama Pulau Pinang yang lalu. Jadi ini adalah satu kebangkitan yang amat baik buat pasukan.
Malam ini Sabah beraksi untuk kali terakhir untuk musim 2009. Apa yang boleh dirumuskan untuk prestasi sepanjang keseluruhan tahun?
Okey, malam ini adalah satu perlawanan yang terakhir bagi kami dalam kempen Malaysia Cup tahun ini. Walaupun perlawanan malam ini tidak menjadi satu penentu kepada kedudukan kami kerana kami sudah tidak layak untuk pergi ke peringkat seterusnya. Namun apa yang penting di sini kami perlu mengekalkan prestasi baik kami dalam perlawanan yang lalu dan paling penting kami perlu menjaga kredibiliti kami sebagai pasukan juara Liga Perdana tahun ini dan begitu juga maruah pasukan. Jadi paling penting kami perlu memenangi perlawanan walaupun perlawanan hari ini bukan menjadi penentu kepada kami dalam peringkat seterusnya. Ya.
Apa yang dilakukan untuk Sabah mendapatkan kemenangan ke atas Perak sekaligus menamatkan kempen Piala Malaysia dengan positif?
Okey, kalau kita lihat perlawanan malam ini akan menjadi satu perlawanan yang sengit sebab Perak juga mau memenangi perlawanan ini sebab jika mereka kalah dan Penang memenangi perlawanan di Penang, kemungkinan ada persaingan di antara kedua pasukan ini. Jadi bagi kami akan berusaha dan bekerja keras kerana bagi kami Perak bukan satu pasukan yang mudah kami hadapi kerana Perak adalah satu pasukan yang baik dalam antara pasukan yang terbaik dalam Liga Malaysia tahun ini, khususnya dalam Liga Super. Jadi kami perlu melihat pasukan ini adalah satu pasukan yang perlu kami berhati-hati, ambil perhatian dan malam ini jika kami mau memenangi perlawanan ini kami perlu bekerja keras dan lebih bersungguh-sungguh lagi dalam perlawanan ini.
The culmination of Perak's win over Pahang and Penang's defeat at the hands of Sabah last weekend means that Mehmet Durakovic's side have a simple mission in Kota Kinabalu this weekend. Avoid defeat and they will be through to the quarterfinals. The Boss Garus, as pointed out, they have a 3-point lead over Penang at the moment, but they also have a far superior goal difference which puts them in a really good position. However, Likas is never an easy place to visit for any team. Let's hear what Mehmet Durakovic had to say ahead of tonight's fixture.
Pahang last week, what went right in that game?
Yeah, well, from start to finish, we controlled the game and we gave 100% commitment, determination, game plan, and in front of our supporters. So it was a very good game to win, especially at home.
Were you happy with Sharil Fikri's performance? He started the game and scored 2 goals last week. Will he start tonight?
Yeah, Cheryl Fikri did a very good job last week. He scored 2 great goals, could add another one, could add a hat-trick, so very happy with his performance, but also very happy with all the players' performance. They never gave up for 90 minutes, they ran, and yeah, they stuck to the game plan, and at the end of the day, we deserve to win, so hopefully he can play well tonight again.
Likas is not easy place to visit. Penang lost last week. Perak drew 2-2 with Sabah last season. What do you want to see your player on the pitch tonight?
Yeah, like you said, it's not easy here. Likas Stadium, it's not easy. They won last week here, so it's going to be a fight for us. But I honestly think if we can play the football that we've been playing, the support to each other, the commitment, the determination, and yeah, the enthusiasm of all the players to win tonight will be an extra plus, because if we win tonight, we qualify for the Malaysia Cup quarterfinals, so it's very important, and we do well tonight, and we get the 3 points. But it's not going to be easy. They're a very good side. They got good players, good foreigners, good local players. So it's going to be a very hard game for us tonight.
Thank you so much, Coach.
As Mehmet Durakovic was keen to point out, it's always difficult to come to play in Likas. I mean, Perak against Sabah has been a fixture that's common in the last 2 years or so. Last year they played each other in the semi-finals of the competition. The first leg, Perak were able to get a 5-0 win in Ipoh. But what happened in the second leg is a clear example of how difficult it can be for any team to come to the Likas and try and get the result. Last year, Perak ended up drawing 2-2 at the Likas Stadium. Another example would be when Pahang visited here just a couple of weeks ago, and they were made to really work their socks off before leaving the stadium with a 2-1 win. And as pointed out by Durakovic as well, last weekend, Penang lost to Sabah at this very ground. So this is never an easy venue for anyone to visit, regardless of the form that you're in and regardless of the form that Sabah are in. And the other talking point that you've got to look into is the fact that Perak have only won one of their last 5 away matches in all competition. So last week's win over Penang, over Pahang in fact, in Ipoh, was definitely a welcome result, was a positive one and a much needed one given their recent struggles, but it does not influence their form away from home, because the reality is they have not been as good away from home, and that's something that Mehmet Durakovic will be looking to fix when Perak take to the pitch to face Sabah tonight, because that momentum is something that you definitely need going into the knockout stages of the competition. On reality, on paper, Perak simply just need to avoid defeat tonight. A single point will be enough for them to qualify for the quarterfinals. But if you're a head coach, chances are you wouldn't go into the dressing room telling your players to fight for a draw. The reality is what Durakovic and the Perak boys will be trying to do on the pitch tonight in Likas is to try and get all 3 points to ensure that when they get to the quarterfinals, if they get to the quarterfinals, that they are in the best shape both mentally and physically to take on some of the biggest teams that would have qualified for the knockout stages of the competition. As for Sabah, obviously, as Julius Arting pointed out, this is where their season ends. This is where it gets tricky, because most of the players will be thinking about vacation. Most of the players will be thinking about the off-season. But the reality is 2019 has been a really successful season for Sabah. They've been able to win the Liga Premier, their first silverware since 1996. And all they can do tonight, the least they can do tonight, is to end the season on a real high and to give their home fans something to cheer about before they all go for a much needed break. We're all set for the state anthems and the national anthems here in Likas.
Penonton diminta berdiri bagi menghormati dan menghayati lagu pasukan Perak. Seterusnya lagu pasukan Sabah, iaitu lagu Sabah Tanah Airku dan lagu Negaraku.
Final game of the season for Sabah. They've never actually won the Piala Malaysia, but they've been runners-up on 3 different occasions: 1996, 2002 and 2003. In fact, current Sabah boss Julius Ating was part of the Sabah squad that finished runners-up in the Piala Malaysia back in 1996. As for Perak, they've obviously got an experienced name in the form of Mehmet Durakovic, who has won the Piala Malaysia 5 times, 3 times as a player for Selangor, twice as a manager, once with Selangor in 2015, and with Perak, the famous one last year in 2018. Let's take a look at the starting 11 for the home side, Sabah, tonight. Julius Ating obviously naming a really strong starting 11. You've got the likes of Elto Linus, Rodolfo Ponovic, Maxius Musa, and even Rahman Shah. He gets his 2nd consecutive start. He's usually used as a substitute player, as an impact player, but last week he was handed a starting 11 position, and this week he retains his spot as well. At the back, they've got the likes of Rawilson Batuil and Park Tae Soo, while in midfield, the experienced Mafri Balang will partner Aziza Nordin. We'll have a look at the Perak starting 11. Mehmet Durakovic giving Shahril Fikri his 2nd consecutive start. Shahril, of course, started the game for the first time in a very long while against Pahang last weekend, and he was able to score 2 goals. So Shahril retains his place in the starting 11 alongside Ronaldo Henrique. In midfield, you've got Brendan Gunn partnering Leandro Dos Santos, while at the back, Hussein Eldor will partner Shahrul Saad as usual. This is what the substitute benches will look like. Sabah have got a number of options. Aguinaldo Mendes, obviously, the foreign striker from Angola, sitting on the bench tonight. Janayus Karip is there. So is Rico Nigel Millers. As for Perak, the experienced Nasir Basharuddin is an option. But Kenny Palraj, he's the versatile one that we're likely to see at some point. We might even see Firdaus Sayadi, who obviously gives them plenty of creativity on the ball. So as mentioned, it's going to be a really important clash for Perak specifically. The pressure isn't so much on their shoulders compared to Penang. Obviously, they will be looking to win to beat Pahang in the other fixture that's taking place at the Stadium Bandaraya. But the reality is that the fate is out of their hand, because not only do they have to get 3 points against Pahang, but they also have to hope that Pahang, or Perak rather, drop the ball against Sabah in Kota Kinabalu. We're all set for kickoff here at the Lika Stadium. So there you go, it's kickoff, a Piala Malaysia final Group C clash between Sabah and Perak. Sabah will be attacking from the left to the right of your screen, donning their traditional white home kit, while Perak will be attacking from the right to the left of your screen, wearing their black away kit. Early free kick here for the away side. Jay Parthiban being brought down by Evan Wensley. It's a chance for them to try and whip a ball into the box. Nazirul Naim, who was exceptionally good against Pahang last week, especially from set-piece situations. He'll be the one trying to get a quality ball into the box when you've got the likes of Shahrul Saad, Hussein Eldor, all of them capable of scoring. You've got to keep a close eye on Shahril Fikri as well. He'll be looking to continue his goal-scoring form. Nazirul Naim crosses into the box, saved by Rozaibi Rohim. It's a comfortable one in the end for the Sabah goalkeeper. Teasing ball from Nazirul Naim. Early signs of a warning from the away side. Here's Evan. Going back to Wilson Batuil, who finds his defensive partner, Park Tae Soo. This is the central defensive partnership that was so important to Sabah winning the Liga Premier this season. Ponovic was back amongst the goals against Penang last weekend. He's got 2 goals in the Piala Malaysia so far. Rodolfo Ponovic, 11 goals for Sabah in the Liga Premier season as well. We'll also be keeping a close eye on all 3 of the other Piala Malaysia games that are taking place tonight. So every now and then, when something happens, I'll try to get you some updates from the other game. As it stands, Of course, it's 0-0 across all four venues. Here's Leandro. Gets it back to Sharul Saad. Sharul going all the way back to Hafizul. Hussein Aldo. Amirul Azan launches it forward, looking for the run of Shariel Fikri, who tries to combine with Ronaldo Henrique. Great work from Ro Wilson, but will to calm the situation. Throw in for the away side. Amirul Azan. Brendan Gunn trying to get the header sorted out. He's probably in the form of his life at the moment, Brendan Gunn. He's arguably one of Malaysia's best players during the recent international break. Long ball forward, looking for the run of Rahman Shah. You've got to be careful. He's got plenty of pace under his belt, Rahman Shah. Here's Nazirul Naim. Leandro. Clumsy in possession. Sabah have a chance to break free now. Here's Rahman Shah looking for options. Finds Alto Linas down the right. Alto crosses, looking for Ponovic. Headed away by, I think it was Hussein Eldor, who's gone to the ground at the moment. Seems to be in pain. I think there's a clash of hits between Hussein Eldor and Rahman Shah. Or maybe even Maxius Musa. When they're trying to compete for the ball. Yes, it was Maxius Musa. Delicious cross from Alto Linas. Hussein Eldor was trying to clear the ball away, but I think in the process of doing that, there was a clash of hits with Maxius Musa. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. It's been a real rock for Perak, Hussein Eldor, since joining them in the mid-season transfer window. Brought in to replace Zach Anderson. And there you have it. It's all thumbs up from the physio. Hussein Eldor is good to go. Hakim launches this long. Looking for Brendan Gunn. Ro Wilson. Here's Aziza Nordin. Holding possession. Finding Randy Barrow. Play. Still Randy. Under pressure from Sharil Fikri. Randy goes long. Looking for Alto Linas. He's trying to get a ball in behind the defender. In the end, it was a comfortable save for Hafizul Hakim. Could have been tricky had Nazirul Naim not got a touch on the ball. Randy Barrow going all the way back to Rozaimi. Still pretty cagey at the moment. The first 5 minutes, both sides not looking to commit too many men forward. Ro Wilson. Here's Azizan. Perak definitely know that they've absolutely no need to take unnecessary risks tonight. A draw would be enough for them to qualify. Amirul Azan lumps it forward. Couldn't exactly fire. Now Ronaldo Henrique, who's also back among the goals last weekend. Azizan for Evan Wensley. Ball goes out for a throw in to the home side. Here's Evan finding Ponovic. Needs a bit of support. Goes back to Azizan. Gets a crucial touch. Here's the experience, the Mafri Balang. Can he find Alto Linas? Bit of space, but I think Nazirul Naim will get there in time. Alto clipped at the back of the heels of Nazirul. And it's a free kick for the away side. It was a fascinating attempt from Mafri Balang. Just needed a bit more power on the ball, and probably Alto Linas would have been able to get there first. Hafizul Hakim lumps it forward. for Perak. Might be looking to swing one into the box from this region. Here's Parthiban. Trying to combine with Brendan Gard. Parthiban has a bit of space, but Wilson comes and blocks him out. Perak knocking on the door yet again. There's a good ball from Nazirul to find out Parthiban, who had a bit of space down the right. And that combination between Parthiban and Brendan, we've seen that so many times this season. What a year Jay Parthiban has had. I mean, started off the season being used primarily as a substitute, but in recent months he's been able to impress Durakovic and has been a regular fixture in the starting 11, to the point where he was given a national call-up by Tan Cheng Ho as well. Made his international debut at the age of 27, coming on as a substitute against Jordan before going on to feature against the UAE as well. Randy Barrow probably looking to get this long. Great throw into the box, looking for Ponovic. Sharul Saad hits it out. Brendan Gunn will compete with Azizan. Azizan gets to it first. Spreading it wide towards Evan Wensley. Needs a bit of support, Evan. Gives the ball away, Amirul Azad. Here's Aldo. Finding Sharul Saad. Sharul gets back to Nazirul Naim. Aggressive challenge from the back, bringing down Nur Hakim Hassan. Here's Brendan. Sharul Fikri will try to chase this one down. He's up against Wilson. Puts the ball out of play. You can hear Durakovic urging his players to be a bit more penetrative every time they get the ball and try to push forward. Amirul Azad finding Parthiban again. Now Sharul Fikri inside the box. Vital touch from Evan Wensley. Puts the ball out for a corner kick. First set piece opportunity for Perak. Can they try and get something out of this? Great cross. Ronaldo couldn't exactly get something. Azizan puts it out for a throw-in. Important body check from Brendan. He's unhappy with that challenge, Azizan. Parthiban leaving it for Brendan. Brendan going short, finding Sharul Fikri. Great ball. Here's Parthiban. Eventually blocked by the Sabah defense. Nazirul lumping it forward. Altolinas combining with Ponovic. Sabah have a chance to launch a swift counter-attack. Plenty of space for Ponovic. But I think the second or third touch was slightly too heavy. It kind of got the ball away from him. Allowed Perak to recover possession, but they've given it away again. Both sides at the moment slightly wasteful in possession. Mafri Balang in that instance could have really launched a quick counter-attack. It's exactly what Parthiban is trying to do for Perak. Down the right, crosses into the box for Ronaldo. Setting up for Sharul Fikri. He's trying his luck. Took a bit much time. Eventually the Sabah defense were able to put pressure and block his attempt. But there was a great setup from Ronaldo. I think if Sharul took maybe a couple of touches before smashing it, Perak could have easily been 1-0 up. Brendan. Great ball from Brendan, looking for Parthiban. Decent first touch. He's got a number of options inside the box. Just needs a bit of space to try and get a cross in. Parthiban goes back. Here's Amirul Azan. Amirul Azan into the box, looking for Ronaldo's. Headed away by Randy Barrow. It's not over yet for Sabah at the moment. Ponovic trying to calm things down. Here's Mafri Balang. Azizan under pressure from Parthiban. Goes back to Park Tae-Soo. Park finding Wilson Batuil. There's a great spell of possession and intent from the away side, almost causing plenty of trouble. Got to admire Ronaldo Henrique's vision and desire to set Shahril Fikri up. He noticed that Shahril Fikri had a bit of space. Leandro, swift 1-2 with Brendan Gunn. Is still Leandro at the moment. To see what he was trying to do there, Shahril Fikri was trying to break free, trying to not beat the offside trap. Throw in for Perak. Here's Shahril Fikri working his socks off. Parthiban crosses only as far as Wilson. Ponovic. Here's Maxius Musa. Goes back to Mafri Balang. Finds Azizan. Evan Wensley. Great work from Sabah to retain possession under pressure. Park Tae-Soo, bit of a defensive mistake from Park Tae-Soo. Just as we were trying to praise them for trying to play out of the back, maintain the composure, and just as we were trying to praise them for that, Park Tae-Soo makes an error, gifting Perak their second corner kick of the match. This time around is Nur Hakim. Nur Hakim's cross into the box. Perak couldn't exactly get a clean header. Still in a bit of a dangerous area at the moment. Hussein Aldor twisting and turning. Aldor. Eventually Ponovic calms the situation down. Here's Ponovic making a run. Slightly overhit that pass. I think he spotted Rahman Shah and Mafri Balang surging forward to his left. "15 minutes pass, is still 0-0 between Sabah and Perak." We'll try and get you some updates from the other venues. The latest update is Selangor have taken the lead against Felda United in Jangka. Meanwhile, at the Hang Jebat Stadium, it's now tied 1-1 between PDRM and Melaka. So as it stands, might be Selangor and Melaka going through. Parthiban. Swift footwork. Brendan Gunn will try to put pressure on Wilson Batuil. Does well to clear it off. Ronaldo gets his head to it. Amirul Azan goes all the way back to Hussein Aldor. Aldor goes back to Hafizul Hakim. Nur Hakim. Got to be careful, Perak. Sabah committing more men forward, trying to put pressure. They can see what the away side are trying to do. Not panic, they're trying to build up from the back. Brendan Gunn finding Hussein Aldor. Hussein goes long for Parthiban. He's up against Evan Wensley. He's not going to have an easy night, Evan Wensley. Parthiban is the kind of player that will never hesitate to completely run at you for 90 minutes. Leandro. Here's Parthiban. Great touch looking for Ronaldo Henrique. He's trying to break free at the moment from the shackles of Wilson Batuil. Throw in for Perak. Nazirul Naim. Here's Sharul Saad. Hussein Aldo. Back to Amirul Hassan. Leandro. Great work from Mafri Balang to reclaim possession for Sabah. Azizan. Evan Wensley. Back to Ro Wilson. They've got to be careful because that pass almost gifted the ball back to Sharul Fikri. But here's Park Tae-Soo. Park Tae-Soo opts to go long, spots the run of Rahman Shah. Hussein Aldo got completely over back. But I think the whistle has been blown in favor of the away side. Hafizul Hakim. Ronaldo Henrique has been under severe criticism from Perak fans. He's been dominating media headlines in recent weeks as well. I think there was a sly dig coming from the Perak FA president, who indicated that judging by the performances of the foreign players this season, he might be inclined to maybe try and use more local players and avoid bringing in foreign players for the 2020 season. Not too sure if that was a serious statement or if it was a statement done to keep some of the Perak foreign players in check. But Ronaldo has responded well. I mean, he did score against Pahang last weekend. Throw in, Randy Barrow. Finding Rahman Shah. Evan Wensley loses possession. Has a chance to recover. But Maxius Musa brings down Amirul Hassan. Free kick for Perak. Not too many clear-cut opportunities in the first 20 minutes of this match. You've had a couple of chances for Perak. Sabah haven't really been able to knock on Hafizul Hakim's door. In Georgetown at the moment, it's still 0-0 between Penang and Pahang. So as it stands in Group C, it's Perak that will be accompanying Pahang into the knockout stages. But that could change. We've easily got approximately 70 minutes left in all matches. Brendan Gunn, Amirul Hassan. Leandro is still down in pain at the moment. Seems to be back on his feet. Hassan finding Hussein Aldo. Here's Sharul Saad. Back to Nazirul Naim. Looking for Nur Hakim Hassan. Great defending from Randy Barrow, putting pressure. Nur Hakim, who is on the pitch at the moment, seems to be in pain. You can understand the major battles will be taking place on the flanks tonight. Nur Hakim and Parthiban are both direct wingers who will completely run at you. And it'll be extremely crucial for the likes of Evan Wensley and Randy Barrow to constantly be alert. Getting treatment at the moment, hopefully it's nothing too serious. You can see that Mehmet Durukovic is furious with the challenge. Nur Hakim seems to be in a lot of pain. Judging by the way he's clutching his faces at the moment. Might be forced off. Here's a replay of the incident again. Nur Hakim Hassan is a challenge from the back. At first glance, it almost seemed like there was nothing too serious with it. Probably the way Nur Hakim fell on the ground. Maybe there was a twist in his knee that we weren't able to capture on the camera. But at the moment the game continues, Nur Hakim will receive treatment on the sidelines. Park Tae-soo. Here's Azizan. Returning the ball back to Park Tae-soo. Here's Wilson Batuil. The Sabah central defender who last year made his international debut for Malaysia, featured in a friendly match against Cambodia. Mafri Balang spreads it wide towards Randy Barrow. Here's Mafri. Great ball from Mafri, looking for Paunovic, but the offside flag has been raised. But that's the kind of vision that Mafri Balang gives you on the pitch. He's an extremely versatile player, capable of playing on the flanks, capable of playing as a central defender as well. But there you go, Perak have made their first substitution. Nur Hakim Hassan has been forced off with that injury, and the player coming on to replacing him is Firdaus Sayadi. Seems like a direct change as well, because Firdaus is definitely capable of playing down the left. Doesn't have the pace that Nur Hakim provides, but compensates for it with plenty of creativity and vision on the ball. Here's Shahrul Saad. Spreading it to Hussein Aldo. Aldo finding Hafizul Hakim. Brendan Gan drops down to help out. Here's Brendan. Nazrul Naim. In many ways, a lot of these Sabah players will not just be playing in their final match of the season, but they could be potentially playing for a new contract as well. Will be playing in the Liga Super next year. But in the meantime, Amirul Azan looking to set up Sharil Fikri, Wilson Batuil. That's one man who will definitely be part of the Sabah squad playing in the Liga Super next season. But a vast majority of the rest, they've got to prove themselves, because the Liga Super is obviously one level above the Liga Premier. The good thing about the Sabah side is they've got a number of players capable of being labelled as Liga Super quality. Names like Azizan, Wilson Batuil. Mafri Balang has got plenty of experience, will be a great squad player. Maxius Musa. Firdaus Sayadi. Great vision from Ronaldo Henrique. Nazirul Naim is overlapping, cuts it back. Bit of time for Ronaldo! 1-0 Perak. A move that was started by Ronaldo and finished by the Brazilian as well. Excellent cross from Nazirul Naim down the left. And Ronaldo took a first touch, had all the time in the world to position himself before placing it into the bottom right corner to give Perak the lead in Likas. Have a look at the run again. Nazrul Naim breaking completely free down the left. He knew exactly where Ronaldo was. Ronaldo took a touch to set himself up, and he knew where he wanted to place the ball, got the ball into the back of the net to put Perak 1-0 up. It is now advantage for the away side. And this is bad news for Pulau Pinang, because this now means that regardless of whatever Penang do in Georgetown, if Perak are able to maintain this 1-0 lead till the end of the 90 minutes, they will accompany Pahang into the knockout stages. Rahman Shah chasing this one down. Hussein Aldo puts it out. Throw in for Sabah. They need a quick response. Maxius goes back to Azizan. Opts to switch flanks, finding Randy Barrow. Here's Park Tae-soo. Great touch from Maxius Musa. He's a really, really entertaining player to watch. Azizan goes long, trying to spot the run of Rodolfo Paunovic. Opportunity for Perak to break free, slightly too heavy from Ronaldo. That ball looking for Parthiban down the right. If only that was slightly slower, you knew Perak were going to be able to break free. Here's Wilson. Alto Linus looking to get himself involved. Ponovic thought Rahman Shah would get to that, but here's Mafri Balang. Mafri finding Evan Wensley, combining with Maxius Musa at the moment. Maxius cuts back, great ball looking for Alto Linus. But the veteran Sabah attacker has been ruled out for offside. You could call him a one-man club. For season with a T team at one point. But besides that, he's only donned the Sabah jersey, which makes him one of the rare few names in Malaysian football to have contributed so much and so long to a single club. Free kick for Perak. Parthiban challenged by Evan Wensley down the right flank. It's a great chance for them to get a ball into the box. Expect Nazrul Naim to be over this free kick. Hussein Aldo has made his way into the box as well. Park Tae-Soo is keeping a close eye on him. Brendan Gunn, he's being marked by Rodolfo Ponovic. Keep an eye on those two names. They've got a tendency to be able to leap higher than anyone else inside the box. Nazrul Naim, great cross. Rozaimi Rohim punches it away. And Sabah will look to launch a swift counter-attack. Aziza Nordin. That was a wasted opportunity. Perak reclaim a possession. Sharul Saad going back to Hafizul. Hafizul going long. Azizan back to Wilson. Here's Park Tae-Soo. Alto Linus, Ponovic in fact it was. Nazrul Naim. Firdaus Sayadi. We haven't seen much from him yet since he was introduced as a replacement for Nur Hakim Hassan. Incredibly talented player, Firdaus Sayadi. Was even called up to the national team at one point. Hasn't exactly made his national debut yet. But he's definitely one to look out for the long term, regardless of what Perak look to do from a squad standpoint next season. Rahman Shah giving the ball away. Leandro battling it out with Ponovic. Claiming to be in pain at the moment. Referee is not entertaining it. He's got a reputation, Leandro. Works his socks off for the team, but every now and then he's got a reputation of sometimes overreacting on the pitch. Maybe that's exactly what's running on the mind of the match official, Tuana Muhammad Yassin. Hafizul. Here's Hussein Aldo. Brendan Gunn. Brendan launches it forward. Great run from Ronaldo Henrique. He gets a bit of space, but the ball bounced off his arm. The whistle was quick to blow. Sharil Fikri and Firdaus Sayadi was inside the box. Here's a look at the chance again. Ronaldo Henrique, great cutback. You knew exactly what he was trying to do because Sharil Fikri had a bit of space inside the box. Firdaus Sayadi plays it towards Ronaldo. Parthiban is making a run down the right. Ronaldo chooses to go all the way. Almost testing Rozaimi Rohim. mistake from Hafizul Hakim. Here's Altolinas again. This time he goes all the way. But he was always going to sail above the bar. That shot had a bit too much power and height on it. There's no denying that Hafizul Hakim is arguably one of the more talented goalkeepers in Malaysian football. But here's a look at it again. Altolinas, the way he positioned his body, it almost seemed like he was going to get a shot on target, but at the end of the day, there was too much power on it. Going back to Hafizul Hakim, I mean, he's an exceptional goalkeeper, constantly gets featured in the national setup, but he's prone to making mistakes like that. Leandro Dos Santos on the pitch at the moment, receiving treatment. Nothing too serious. Leandro will return on the pitch. It's a free kick for the away side. Try and get you some updates from the other venues. It appears that at the Hang Jebat Stadium, PDRM have scored and they now have a 2-1 lead over Malacca. And as it stands, Selangor and PDRM will go through to the quarterfinals. Plenty of drama taking place in Group D. Nazirul Naim crosses into the box looking for Ronaldo. There's a challenge from the back. Sharil Fikri tried to capitalize on it, but eventually the ball goes out for a goal kick. Still a scoreless between Penang and Pahang at the Stadium Bandaraya. Here's Leandro. Going back to Amirul Azad. Evan Wensley. Poor throw in from Evan. There's been a real breakthrough for Sabah this season, Evan Wensley. One of the better young players that they've been able to showcase in their starting 11 on a regular basis. One of the younger talents that has certainly caught the eye of many in the Liga Premier as well, Evan Wensley. Park Tae-soo lumping the ball forward. Altolinas will try to chase this one down, but ultimately it was too strong. They haven't been able to get the best out of Altolinas so far. He's one of those players that when you get the ball in behind the defenders with a bit of space, he's usually able to beat the defender in one-on-one situations and get to the ball. He's got terrific crossing abilities as well. I mean, just ask Rodolfo Ponovic. He'll probably tell you all about it. Maxius Musa making a run now. Maxius, bit too heavy. Rahman Shah. You see what he was trying to do, get the ball to Ponovic. Altolinas now up against Nazirul Naim. Does well to find Mafri Balang, who's inside the box. Needs a bit of support, Mafri. Tries to get a corner, but eventually Hafizul Hakim picks it up. But I think the whistle has also been blown for the challenge that Mafri did on Balang. But free kick for Perak. Swings it long. Poor goal kick from Hafizul Hakim. Less than 10 minutes left in the first half here in Likas. Perak are still 1-0 up, courtesy of that finish from Ronaldo Henrique. Mafri Balang. Maxius Musa lobs it forward. Rahman Shah yet again failing to beat the offside trap. I think Perak have been defending with a really high line. Offside trap, they've been caught offside. Eldor. Great first touch from Parthiban now has been a space. Parthiban takes a deflection, goes out for a corner kick. Here's a replay of the incident. Look at the space Parthiban had, but keep an eye on Firdaus Sayadi, who's making a late run. And had the ball been slightly more grounded, Firdaus could have potentially made connection with it. But it is a third corner kick for the away side. Perfect way for them to go into the halftime break would be to double their lead. It's of course something that Sabah will be desperate to avoid. But here's Firdaus Sayadi on the ball. From Firdaus into the box. Sharil couldn't make anything out of it. Here's Brendan, keeps it in play, finding Firdaus again. Trying to combine with Sharul Saad, back to Brendan. Would have been smarter for Sharul to play Firdaus, who had a bit of space. And Amirul Azan goes all the way back to Hafizul Hakim now. Hafizul trying to calm things down at the moment. Perak don't want to rush. Sharil fails to win the header. Mafri colliding with Alejandro, clearly unhappy with the decision to award Perak the free kick. It's been a relatively cagey affair for much of the first 40 minutes. Every now and then you see moments of brilliance from a number of players, whether Perak or Sabah, but they haven't been able to create anything tangible in the final third. Parthiban yet again. Hit from him, the ball rolls out for a goal kick for Sabah. 5 minutes left here at the Lika Stadium in the first half. Sharul Saad, here's Brendan Garden. Sharil Fikri. He was looking to set up Parthiban. Deflected off Wilson Batuil, but for Perak, Parthiban stays on the ground. Or take advantage of set piece opportunities like this. Amirul Azad is over the ball. Hussein Aldo, a number of them have all made their way into the boxes. Nazirul Naim will take this one. It's going to be an in-swinger. A number of times Perak have been able to test Sabah's resolve through set-piece opportunities. Can they make this one count? Pretty deep at the moment, the line of Perak attackers. Sharil Fikri is also trying to get a bit of space. Nazirul Naim crosses. It was a bit too overhit. In the end, comfortable for Razami Rohim. Will take all the time he has in the world at the moment. Maxis Musa plays it towards El Tolinas. There's Leandro, Brendan Gunn. Swinging it to Parthiban. He was looking to combine Ronaldo. Enrique finds Shadil Fikri. Looks to set up Parthiban at the moment. He's up against Wilson Batuil, who clears the ball, puts it out of play. I think Parthiban is complaining that Ronaldo should have played him on immediately instead of trying to find Brendan Gunn when he combined with Parthiban earlier. Here's Shadil Fikri. Leandro setting up and Nazirul Naim. Naziro Firdaus Saidi clipped from the back. Play on, saves the referee at the moment. Paunovic. Still a bit of a battle from Firdaus, but now Sabah break free. Here's Randy Barrow racing forward, and yet again Rodolfo Paunovic fails to stay on side. We've seen it a number of times now. Every time Sabah break free, get into good positions, but as soon as they try and get into the final third, try and get one of their strikers involved, either Rahman Shah or Paunovic, they're always struggling to beat the offside trap. Amirul Hassan, Hussein Aldo. Here's Hafizul Hakim. Finding Brendan Gunn. Back to Hafizul. Sharola gets the ball forward. Great hit. Here's Leandro. Parthiban is looking for that ball in behind the defender, but it was too strong from Leandro in the end. Still 0-0 between Penang and Pahang at the Bandaraya Stadium in Georgetown. Which means as we prepare to go into halftime, Perak can take comfort from the fact that their 1-0 lead is good enough. Maxus Musa, can he get across in time? But the ball had gone out of play. Great run from Maxus Musa down the left flank. He was struggled a bit for form this season for Sabah, both in the Liga Premier and the Piala Malaysia. He was in and out of the team, left on the benches a couple of times, but he seems to have regained his spot in the starting 11 in the last 2 weeks. But we have confirmation is 2 additional minutes on the clock here at the League Cup Stadium, 20 seconds of which have been played. Here's Ronaldo. Keeping it simple at the moment. Leandro, vital touch to ensure that Perak don't lose possession. Here's Sharul Saad. Sharul playing it towards Firdaus Saidi. Great turn from Firdaus. Can he set up Ronaldo with that outswinger? Ronaldo goes wide at the attempt from the Brazilian. But what a great ball from Firdaus Saidi with the outer foot, completely deceiving the entire Sabah defense. But Ronaldo couldn't get his attempt on target. Bit of a high boot from Mahfud Balang. I think you can see his frustrations. Certainly unhappy with the decision to award Perak a free kick. They've taken that quickly. Here's Parthiban. Back to Amirul Hassan. Here's Hussein Aldo. Sharul Saad. Sharul going to Nazirul Naim. Firdaus Saidi. Ran out of options at that moment. Firdaus. Altolinas. Can Paunovic combine well now? Rahman Shah. There's a wasted opportunity for Sabah. Not exactly sure who or what Rahman Shah was trying to do there. But there you go. Tuana Muhammad Yassin has blown the whistle to indicate halftime here at the Lika Stadium in Kota Kinabalu. It's been a slightly cagey first 15 to 20 minutes, but Perak were eventually able to break the deadlock through Ronaldo Henrique's strike. And Sabah, despite being able to regain possession and create a number of chances in midfield, they haven't been able to make things work in the final third. So as it stands after the first 45 minutes, it's Sabah 0, Perak 1. We'll have a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Early on in the game, this was the chance for Shadil Fikri. Great setup from Ronaldo Henrique, but eventually it was Ronaldo who broke the deadlock. Terrific run and cross from Nazrul Naim. Ronaldo took a touch, knew exactly what he wanted to do, and got the ball into the bottom left corner to make it 1-0 for the away side. Nazrul Naim with a teasing free kick down the right, but Rozaimi Rohim was able to get a punch from it. This time around, Ronaldo Henrique eventually trying his luck from distance, a shot that was easily, comfortably saved. Al Tolinas on the other end for Sabah, also trying his luck from distance, but it sailed away over the bar. Jay Parthiban had a bit of space, tried his shot, almost kept it on target. There was a space for Firdaus Sayadi, but couldn't keep it on target. Firdaus Sayadi then with a cross with his outer foot setting up Ronaldo Henrique, whose attempt went wide of target. So after the first 45 minutes, it's Sabah 0, Perak 1. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon with the second half.
Akan bermula 19 September. Saksikan di outlet secara berjumlah.
Hah? Mana? Hah? Testing dulu.
Lewis sekali lagi tidak berjaya kali ini untuk melepaskan diri daripada
Filipino atlet. Race to Power Battle Register Underworld akan bermula 19 September. Saksikan live secara bersih.
Beres?
Welcome back to the Lika Stadium in Kota Kinabalu for the second half of the clash between Sabah and Perak. As you can see on your screen, is confirmation of the change that the home side have been enforced. Aguinaldo Mendes coming on to replace Rahman Shah. It's an identical substitution to the one they made against Pahang last weekend, when Aguinaldo was brought on at halftime as well to replace Rahman Shah. It's an indication that Sabah will be determined to go for the kill in the second half. Aguinaldo combining with Rodolfo Ponovic. As it stands, Perak have a slender 1-0 lead, but it's something that can change at any point. We're all set for the second half kickoff. There you go. 45 minutes left for Sabah to try and end their season on a positive note. But it's also 45 minutes for Perak to hold on, where they can potentially confirm their slot in the quarterfinals of the competition. At halftime, it was still 0-0 between Pahang and Penang at the Stadium Bandaraya in Georgetown. Whereas if you go to Stadium Hang Jebat, PDRM had a 2-1 lead over Malacca at halftime. In Jangka, Selangor had a 1-0 lead over Felda United at halftime. So as it stands in Group D, it's Perak that will be accompanying Pahang into the knockout stages of the Piala Malaysia 2019. While in Group C, it will be Felda United. Sorry, in fact, it will be Selangor and PDRM going into the quarterfinals. Alto Linas here being penalized for a challenge. And I think it was Sharul Saad or maybe even Nazrul Naim in the process of trying to get that ball. Here's a look again. Completely clattered into Nazrul Naim, I think it was. But that was a first indication from Sabah that they are not willing to just go down easily tonight. They obviously know that their Piala Malaysia campaign is over. But after what has been a successful 2019 season, one that saw them win the Liga Premier, their first silverware since 1996. And you have to end a season like that on a positive note. And it's exactly what Aguinaldo and Ponovic will be trying to do with their combination in the second half. Here's Maxius Musa going back towards Wilson Batul, who finds Evan Wensley. Quick bit of play. Maxius Musa clipped from the back, goes down. It's a free kick for the home side. And a yellow card has been brandished for Hussein Aldo as well. First player to go into the books tonight. Here's a replay of the incident again. It almost seemed like he accidentally clipped Maxius from the back. But the referee thought there was a bit of a cynicism in that move, and he has been brandished a yellow card. Free kick for the home side. Aziza Noordin is behind the ball. Got the likes of Ro Wilson, Park Tae-soo, Aguinaldo and Ponovic all inside the box. Azizan crosses, Aguinaldo! I think it was Maxius Musa, in fact, who has been able to get a header. Leveling the score for Sabah here in Likas. Great ball from Azizan. Aguinaldo and Maxius both went for the ball, but Maxius got the first touch. And he was able to restore parity for the home side. Here's a look at the goal again. Terrific cross from Azizan Noordin. Have a look at how Maxius and Aguinaldo both attacked the ball, but Maxius was perfectly positioned to head it into the back of the net. And within a few minutes into the second half, it's 1-1 here in Likas.
Untuk pasukan Sabah dijaringkan oleh pemain yang membawa jersey nomor 21, Maxius.
Sabah completely leaving Perak flat-footed within the first few minutes of the second half. All to play for here now in Likas. J. Parthiban, it's a throw-in for the away side. Looking much better for Penang at the moment. I mean, as it stands, Perak will still go through. Even if Penang beat Pahang, if the score remains level here in Kota Kinabalu, Perak still go through. Amirul Azan launches it into the box, looking for Ronaldo Henrique. Azizana smashes it away from the box. Ponovic, terrific first touch. Here's Mafri Balang looking to set up Maxius Musa. He's got a bit of space under pressure from Amirul Azan. Fails to keep the ball in play. Throw in. Amirul Azan throws it to Sharul Saad. Aldo. Back to Sharul. Azizan looking to find Alto Linas. Got a touch to it, but Hafizul Hakim quick off his line to collect the ball. Calm the situation down. Sharul Saad. Brendan Gunn has gone down now. Seems to be in pain at the moment. He's clutching his ankles. And Aziza Nordin goes into the books. Brendan isn't exactly the sort of player to go down easily, and if he does go down, he must seriously be in pain. The challenge from Azizan didn't appear to be intentional. Could have been accidental, but Brendan, I mean, judging by the look on his face at the moment, he seems to be in real pain. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. The medical team has been brought on. Every Perak fan will be looking at this carefully, because for a couple of reasons. I mean, first and foremost, Brendan has been arguably one of their best players in the last few months. He's been in the form of his life as well. But for Perak, the other reason is that Brendan obviously has had two very serious knee injuries in the last 3 years, and every time he goes down to the ground, you're always thinking twice if it's serious or not. He's back on his feet at the moment, Brendan, so that's definitely good news. Still limping, but hopefully he'll be able to regain his composure and jog it off on the sidelines. For the time being, Perak will operate with 10 men on the pitch. Sharosad playing it long, looking for Ronaldo Henrique. Can Parthiban get to it? Up against Evan Wensley. Parthiban. Great work. Almost finding Firdaus Saidi. Leandro tried to chase it down. Great defending to clear the ball away. Amirul Azan throws it towards Firdaus Saidi, who's brought down from the back. Challenge from Evan Wensley. It's now a free kick for Perak. Maybe perfect position for them to swing. This time around it appears that Amirul Azan will be getting an outswinger. They need a good ball into the box. That's all they need at this point. Amirul Azan crosses into the box. Punched away by Rozami Rohim. Aguinaldo gets it. Here's Aguinaldo racing forward with the ball. Parthiban is chasing him down. Aguinaldo looking to set up Maxius Musa, but the offside flag has been raised. A familiar sight repeating itself in the second half. Every time Sabah breaking free, the offside flag concurrently gets raised. Brendan appears to be back on the pitch as well. So that's good news for the away side.
Pun. Hey! Next! Okay, Max, okay. Kanan, Cipul, kanan. Hey, Max. Pun, Max, belakang.
Throw in for the away side. Amirul Azan lumps it forward. Aziza Nordin. Battling it out with Leandro, who's obviously frustrated with the challenge from Leandro. Hussein Eldor. Bit of a war of words with Mafri Balang. Nothing too serious, I suppose. Aldo plays it quick to Ronaldo. Poor first touch, couldn't keep it in control. Sabah clear it away, free kick. Throw in fact, for Perak. Appears to be a goal in one of the venues. We'll try and get you some updates in just a bit. I think it's the Malacca who have been able to restore parity at the Hang Jebat Stadium. It is now 2-2 between PDRM and Malacca. So as it stands in Group C, Malacca and Selangor will go through to the quarterfinals. Ronaldo Henrique has been shown the yellow card here. In Leaguehouse, Evan Wensley is down as well. Might need treatment in a bit. Leandro obviously unhappy with the decision. He's got to be careful, Leandro. He's got a tendency of protesting every now and then before getting himself booked. Here's a repeat of the incident again. Ronaldo, not exactly sure what happened there between Ronaldo and Evan, but I'm assuming there was an elbow to his chest. Balang lumps it forward. Ronaldo wins the header. Gets it towards Rodolfo Paunovic. Great defending from Hussein Eldor to calm things down. Here's Brendan Gunn. Plays it towards Sharil Fikri. Needs a bit of help. Goes back to Nazirul Naim. But I think there is still a bit of a problem. Ronaldo Henrique is on the ground at the moment. He is going to receive treatment, but at this point in time, we are quite unsure as to why he's on the pitch. Even the referee is receiving a bit of advice from the assistant. Try and get a clearer picture of what happened. Nothing too serious. Leandro's back on his feet. Play will resume. The referee is still trying to get a clarification. Wilson Batuil is being booked. Not exactly sure why, but Azizan, Wilson, Rozami Rohim, every single one of them protesting with the assistant, clearly unhappy with the decision. It came from the assistant, that advice. Zizan is still expressing his displeasure. But the decision stands. Wilson Batuil goes into the books. Play resumes here in Likas. Kudau Sayadi gives the ball back to the goalkeeper. It's a form of fair play. For Perak. 30 minutes left here in Likas. Both sides are still tied 1-1. Matches Musa. Couldn't find a white shirt. But outside he gives the ball away. Here's matches again. Ponovic. Azizan setting up Altolinas. Great work from Altolinas. He's got a bit of space. Alto crosses. A bit too heavy and the ball sails all the way beyond every single white shirt, white option inside the box. Amirul Azan will now clear the ball away. Looking for Ronaldo. Shadil Fikri gets their header. Ronaldo has a bit of space now. Can he run down the channels? It's still Ronaldo. Enrique somehow struggles to stay on his feet, loses balance, and falls down. Chance goes begging for Perak. Aziza Nordin looking to play out Ronaldo now. Gets the better of Shadil Saad. Hussein Aldo dropped it back in time to calm the situation down. Shadil Saad, in fact, it was. Here's Evan Wensley. Azizan. Now Shadil Fikri racing. He needs a bit of option. Didn't have support up front. Ronaldo is still down on the pitch. Not exactly sure what's up with Ronaldo at the moment, but he is on the pitch. Amirul Azan is also down. Got a couple of Perak players needing treatment. In the meantime, at the stadium of Bandaraya in Georgetown, Pahang have scored. In fact, they have scored 2 goals in the second half. One in the 52nd minute, one in the 58th minute. We'll try and get you some confirmation on the identity of the goal scorers, but as it stands, it's 2-0 for Pahang against Penang. That's good news for Perak, because now it means that even if they lose tonight's fixture in Likas, they will still go through. Stretching his hamstrings at the moment, Ronaldo.
Pasukan Perak telah membuat pergantian pemain yang kedua, mengeluarkan pemain yang memakai jersey nombor 9, Ronaldo Hendrik Silva, dan memasukkan pemain yang memakai jersey nombor 20, Muhammad Rasul.
Confirmation of a change for Perak. Ronaldo Enrique has been brought off, and coming on to replace him is Rafiuddin Rodin. This now means that Rafiuddin will move to the left. Firdaus Sayadi will probably move to a more central position, either partnering Shadil Fikri or playing behind him. Hakim smashes the ball forward. Here's Mafi Balang. Setting up by Altolinas. He's got bags of space. Nazirul Naim is chasing him down. But Altolinas still trying to work his way. Eventually the ball rolls out for a goal kick. Got to admire the run that Nazirul Naim made to track back. Anxious Musa. There's Fidaus Sayadi. Aziza Nordin. Quick throw in from Nazirul Naim. Here's Hussein Aldo. Wilson Batul setting up Aguinaldo Mendes. Maxius Musa, can he combine with Aguinaldo? Great pressure from Leandro.
Iman, kanan belakang Iman.
25 minutes left on the clock for either side to try and find a winner here in Likas. Sharil Fikri, still Sharil now. Rafiuddin has got a bit of space. Firdaus is trying to stay on side. Poor pass from Sharil Fikri.
Pasukan Perak yang mau menghidupkan peluang ke suku akhir menerima kunjungan Pahang yang merupakan...
Baro smashes the ball towards Maxius Musa. It's always going to be difficult to get a clean first touch. He has been able to retain possession. Azizan grabs hold of the ball. Brendan Gunn is tracking back from the back. Azizan trying to find Aguinaldo. Sharul Saad put pressure on him. Here's Brendan. Back to Leandro. Combining with Brendan. Nazirul Naim is overlapping. He's got Rafiuddin ahead of him. Goes back to Brendan Gunn. Here's Nazirul. Back to Sharul Saad. Goes all the way back to Hafizul Hakim, who finds Hussein Aldo. Aktiban. Perak just trying to calm things down, keep it simple at the moment. Short, quick passes. Waiting for the right moment to draw the Sabah players to come into their box, to create a bit of space in behind the defenders potentially. Aldo. Brendan, back to Aldo. Smooth sailing at the moment. Aldo chooses to go all the way long. Couldn't find Rafiuddin, hit it away by Randy Barrow, only as far as Brendan Gunn. Still Brendan. Here's Nazirul Naim. Sharul Saad. Hussein Aldo. Firdaus Sayadi. Azizan Nordin. Aguinaldo combining with Azizan. Seems like Nasir Basharuddin is going to be introduced to replace Brendan Gunn. Maybe as a precautionary step, given that Brendan appeared to have picked up an injury early in the match. He went out to receive treatment. Looked really serious judging by his reaction, but he was back on the pitch playing, but he never really looked comfortable again after that injury. And Durakovic has made the decision to take him off just for the sake of precaution. They honestly can't afford to lose a player of his caliber for the quarterfinals. Aguinaldo setting up. Maxius Musa at the moment. Up against Hussein Aldo. He's small but quick, Maxius Musa. Earns a throw in. As it stands, it's still Selangor with the lead in Jangka. Here's Aguinaldo. Trying to break free from the clutches of Aldo and Sharul Fikri. Maxius Musa, got a Perak player down at the moment. Maxius is also down. A couple of them seem to be in pain. As we quickly approach the 70th minute mark here at the Likat Stadium in Kota Kinabalu. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. Quick reminder that the quarterfinals of the Piala Malaysia are set to take place this weekend. Got 4 games, of course. Some of the confirmed matches is involving Terengganu and JDT. Those two will face each other, with Terengganu set to play at home first before the return leg will take place in Larkin. The other one is between Kedah and either one of PJ City or PKNP, judging by the winners of that game that's set to take place on Friday. Originally supposed to be played last night, but it was postponed after a number of PJ City players contracted the influenza B virus. So it's set to happen on Friday now. The winners of that game will play Kedah in the quarterfinals. Whereas as it stands tonight, Pahang will be playing Malacca, while Perak will potentially face Selangor. Let's see if nothing changes. Free kick for Sabah now. Azizan into the box, looking for Paunovic's header. Straight into the palms of Hafizul Hakim. Here's a replay again. Great ball from Azizan. Just look at the run of Paunovic. He was able to evade his marker early on. Tried to get a clean header on, but it was always going to be difficult with his back to the goal. Parthiban will chase this one down up against Evan Wensley as usual. Can he get the better of Evan? Fails to do so. Evan puts it out of play for a corner kick for Perak. It's been a lively battle between both players. Interesting to see if Sabah can keep hold of Evan next season, because I'm pretty sure there'll be a number of teams across the league that would have observed performances for Sabah this season. Still young as well, Evan. Parthiban's cross into the ball, dangerous box. Sharul Fikri gets a header, parried away by Rozaimi before the Sabah defense cleared it away from danger. Ball is still with Perak. Nasir playing it back to Nazirul Naim. Here's Rafiuddin Rodin. Couldn't find Sharul Fikri. Hussein Aldo. Amirul Azan. Now J. Parthiban. Nasir Basharuddin again. Firdaus Sayadi. Here's Nasir. Backs the ball forward. Rahman Shah. There goes Evan Wensley, in fact. Rahman Shah had been brought off at halftime. Sabah set to make another substitution. Maxius Musa got the equalizer for Sabah coming off, and coming on in place of him is player number 17, Arias Diaz Jais. It's an attacking move as well. Arias Diaz is capable of playing up front, even on the flanks. And we're expecting him to completely take over Max's position for the remainder of these 16 minutes here.
Dan memasukkan pemain yang memakai jersey nombor 17, Arius Syair.
Goal kick for the home side. Rozaimi goes long. Aldo wins the header. Can Sabah try and muster something? Can they get a win? After the terrific 2019 that they've had, it'll only be fitting if they end the year with a win. Aguinaldo now, defensive mistake from Perak. Aguinaldo trying to capitalize on it. But eventually the whistle was blown. Free kick for Perak.
Piala Malaysia 2019 pada malam ini ialah 670 orang.
670 people at the Lika Stadium. Hafizullah Hakim goes long. Looking for Rafiuddin down the left. Once upon a time, a highly rated left winger, Rafiuddin, was at one point a part of Dato' Ong Kim Sui's Harimau Muda setup before getting released and picked up by Perak. Played for a couple of other teams, including Penang, but is now back with Perak as well. Free kick to be taken by Nazirul Naim. Nazirul gets it into the box, looking for Sharil Fikri. Great clearance. Just watch Arius Diaz run now. Couldn't find Aguinaldo, who continues to put pressure. He's got physical strength, Aguinaldo. It's never easy to go up against him. Aldo goes back to Sharul. Sharul finds Nazirul. Here's Nasib Basharuddin. Great combination with Rafiuddin. Back to Nazirul. Firdaus Sayadi drops back. Works his way now. Firdaus Sayadi. Great 1-2 with Nasib Basharuddin. Opening up a bit of space for Rafiuddin. Races down the left. Can Sharil get into the box? Cross from Rafiuddin Rodin. Parthiban. Straight at goal. Almost caught everyone by surprise that one, because you'd expect Parthiban to go or try and set up Sharil Fikri, but he opted to go straight towards goal. Leandro. Cynical challenge from the back by Mafi Balang. Interesting to see if Leandro remains part of this team for next season. He's such a crucial part of the Mehmet Djokovic system. Aldo. Here's Amirul Azad. Cool and calm from Randy Barrow. Selangor appear to have doubled their lead over Felda United. Khairul Muhaimin scoring on the 73rd minute. So it's now 2-0 for Selangor. Puts them in a comfortable spot to progress into the quarterfinals as group winners, which means, as it stands, Selangor might face Perak in the quarterfinals. What a tasty fixture that will be. Aziza Nordin into the box. Park Su, I think it was. Rose really high to try and get a header, but the whistle was already blown by then. Collided with Hafizul Hakim. Yet again, it's another delicious ball from Aziza Nordin. No one was marking Park Su. Arias Diaz inside the race. Got to be careful, Amirul Azan. There you go, Amirul Azan goes into the box as well. For that challenge on Arias Diaz. He could have really broke free, the youngster. Because once he had broken free, you've got Paunovic and Aguinaldo, two really physically strong players inside the box, more than capable of taking advantage of it. And now Azizan Nordin is going to put this one into the box. He's had a number of great deliveries so far. Azizan into the box, looking for Park Tae-soo yet again. This time around, he couldn't get his header on target. Goal kick for Perak. Ronaldo. Whistle was blown by then. Momentum seems to be with the home side in the final, in the last 10 minutes or so. Ever since the likes of Brendan and Ronaldo Enrique left the pitch, Sabah seem to have been able to get a better grip on the game, and they're forcing Perak to be packed back in their own half at the moment. It's opportunities after opportunities. Azizan, this time around, he couldn't find a white shirt inside the box. Goes all the way out for a goal kick. They can't afford to be complacent, Perak. Leandro is down at the moment. Might be to receive treatment. Obviously, this is not going down well with the home fans, who are eager to see their side get a winner. Legs are probably cramping for Leandro. Aguinaldo shaking his head, clearly claiming that this is potentially time wasting from Leandro dos Santos. It'll be extremely interesting to see how Sabah shape up in the Liga Super next year. Their incredible triumph in the Liga Premier means that they will now compete amongst the best in the country next season. And whilst they do have a core group of talented players who are more than capable of mixing it at the top, but it wouldn't surprise to see Sabah making some wholesale changes in the next few months to build a squad capable of not just challenging the big boys, but also remaining in the Liga Super next season. And what will be fascinating is to see the sort of changes they will be making. Playing it to Nasir Basharuddin. 10 Perak players on the pitch at the moment. Here's Nazirul again. Nasir gets a touch on it. Throw in for Sabah. So another throw in for Perak. Physical exhaustion is starting to have a huge impact on this match. You can see the Perak players are clearly knackered. But it's crunch time at the moment, even if they do get into the quarterfinals, which seems extremely likely at this point. They've only got a few days to rest, recuperate and recover before the knockout stages. But before that, here's Evan Wensley. Looking to set up Mafri Balang. El Tolinas has switched flanks. Here's Mafri Balang. Azizan. Sabah combining really well at the moment. El Tolinas giving the ball away. Row Wilson. Twisting and turning. Goes back to Park Tae-soo. Park Tae-soo goes long. Fauna Paunovic gets a header right. Couldn't exactly set up Aguinaldo. I think the offside flag had been raised before that. I don't have the exact statistics, but it'll be interesting to know the number of times Paunovic has been in an offside position tonight. Evan. Here's Row Wilson. Back to Park Tae-soo. Alto Linas. Doljo Paunovic. Evan Wensley. Oh, great touch from Aguinaldo. And Sabah do earn a corner kick out of this move. Here's an opportunity for them to try and get that winning goal. They've got 4 minutes left in the match. And opportunities are going to be hard to come by at this stage of the match with that amount of time left remaining on the clock. Azizan crosses. Row Wilson trying to make contact with the ball. Couldn't get it on target. As it stands with 4 minutes, less than 4 minutes left, in fact, it's still tight 1-1. Firdaus Sayadi in pain at the moment on the pitch, clutching his legs. Medical team will be called upon. Another one of those talented players, Firdaus Sayadi. He had to miss close to 2 years of football due to a doping test related ban. But ever since his return, he's been a regular fixture in the Mehmet Durkovic setup. Scored a goal in the final of the Piala Malaysia last year, in fact. Sharul Saad. Great ball forward, looking for Rafiuddin. Just slightly overhit, it rolls out. Randy Barrow eager to take this throw in. Aguinaldo. He is now dragged down from the back, clutching his legs at the moment, Aguinaldo. Back on his feet. Park Tae-soo plays it to the flanks. Here's Randy. Randy goes into the box. Canaries Diaz to make connection with it. Great work from Amirul Azan, who's clearly frustrated with the lack of support. Parthiban looking to play a quick 1-2 with Leandro. Perak lose possession. Sharul Saad. Now Nazirul Naim. Firdaus Sayadi. Great turn. Can Firdaus set up Parthiban? He's got a bit of space down the right. Can he get across into the box now? Jay Parthiban. Blocked by Evan Wensley. It's a corner kick for the away side. Might even choose to play it short. Could do that if they want. Firdaus Sayadi crosses. Headed away by Pak Tesu. Still Firdaus. Going back to Parthiban. Rizal Tolinas. Setting up Azizan. Nasir Basharuddin read that one really well. Firdaus Sayadi plays it to Parthiban. Wide of target from J. Parthiban. But there was a great bit of move from Perak. Quick passing, quick decision making. Just keep an eye on Nasir Basharuddin here. He knew exactly where Parthiban was going to go. Great first touch from the winger. But the finish was just slightly off target. We're into injury time here now in Likas. Elsewhere, it is still 2-2 between PDRM and Malacca. Selangor continue to have a 2-0 lead over Felda United. And Pahang continue to also have a 2-0 lead over Penang at the Bandaraya Stadium in Georgetown. Parthiban. Ooh, what a ball from Parthiban. For Nasir Basharuddin, setting up Firdaus Sayadi. I think he was trying his luck with an outer foot there, trying to be a bit too clever, Firdaus. Could have taken it with his left. Would have probably stood a better chance of beating Rozaimi Rohim. Nazirul Naim. Here's Sharul Saad. Back to Nazirul. Now Rafiuddin. Still working his way around, Rafiuddin. Hafizul Hakim. Eldor. Back towards Hafizul. So it's looking likely that Perak will face Selangor in the quarterfinals of the Piala Malaysia, while Pahang will face Malacca. Two crunching ties. There's obviously a historic rivalry between Perak and Selangor as well. Mehmet Durakovic, of course, helped Selangor win the Piala Malaysia in 2015. He is a Selangor club legend. So that quarterfinal fixture should be a completely tasty one. The other one is a battle between Zainal Abidin and Dola Saleh. Once compatriots, once in a single team. All of this, of course, depends on there being no last-minute dramas here. Zero throws to find Nasir Basharuddin. Lumps it forward. Sharif Fikri is chasing this one. Great defending from Pak Tesu. Sort of block him off. He's in no real rush. A referee takes a look on the clock. And there you go. Match official blows the final whistle here at the Likat Stadium in Kota Kinabalu. Ronaldo Henrique gave Perak a 1-0 lead in the first half, but barely minutes into the second half, Maxius Musa got a header into the back of the net to level the score for Sabah, and despite them working their socks off to try and find a winner, Perak held on to get a 1-1 draw here and officially booked their spot in the quarter-finals of the Piala Malaysia, where they will face Selangor this weekend. So after 90 minutes of action here at the Likat Stadium in Kota Kinabalu, it is Sabah 1, Perak 1. Here are some of the key highlights that took place throughout the 90 minutes. Early on, Shahil Fikri getting an opportunity before this run from Nazirul Naim. He knew exactly where Ronaldo Henrique was, took his time to set up the ball and eventually fired into the bottom right corner to put Perak 1-0 up. They continue to create chances. Nazirul Naim with a teasing free kick that was punched away by Rozaimi Rohim. This time around, Ronaldo trying his luck from outside the box. Comfortable save for Rozaimi. On the other end of the pitch, Alto Linus also opted to try his luck from distance, but this time around it went over the bar. Perak continued to create a number of opportunities. Jay Parthiban had a bit of space, drove it across the 6-yard box, took a deflection of Rozaimi, and before the second attempt from Ronaldo Henrique sailed wide. Into the second half, this great cross from Azizan and Maxius Musa and Aguinaldo. Both of them attacked the ball, but Maxius was able to score to level the score here in Kota Kinabalu. It was 1-1 at this point, but Sabah continued to threaten and create chances. This header from Rodolfo Ponovic was comfortably saved by Hafizul Hakim. On the other end of the pitch, Rafiuddin Rodin, who came on as a substitute, set up Jay Parthiban with a teasing cross, but Parthiban's shot was a comfortable save for Rozaimi in the end. After that, Parthiban had another opportunity, but this time around his shot sailed wide off the post. After 90 minutes of action, it is Sabah 1, Perak 1. Perak will face Selangor in the quarterfinals of the Piala Malaysia this weekend.
Brian berjaya memakai kereta dengan cantik sekali dengan menggunakan teknik reverse parking. Oh, nampaknya ada masalah. Nampaknya Brian